Hi everyone, welcome back to Wesno's Tech News and Reviews. Today we'll be doing a heart rate accuracy test between the Xiaomi Mi Band 6 as well as the Samsung Galaxy Fit 2. Let's get into it. If you are new to Wesno's Tech News and Reviews, we talk about the latest tech news. We do brutally honest reviews and share hacks and tricks along the way. Before we get into the numbers, let's do a quick catch up on what these two trackers are all about. So the Xiaomi Mi Band 6, this is the all new fitness tracker. So the Xiaomi Mi Band 6 actually went a different way to the new trackers, such as the Amazfit Bip U, which offers a squarish design and looks sort of like a smartwatch. And then of course we do have the Honor Band 6, which also does a hybrid between the fitness tracker look and the smartwatch look. Well, what we love about the Xiaomi Mi Band 6, that it stayed just like the usual fitness tracker we're used to. It's small, it's slim, and sits very comfortably on top of your wrist. Now, with the Samsung Galaxy Fit 2, well, mind the Galaxy, so it does mean that it's a Samsung Galaxy product. It's premium, but nonetheless, it looks just like the tracker of the past. We've got a lot of black on the face of it, and in the middle, we've got a 1.1-inch AMOLED panel. Now, with the Xiaomi Mi Band 6, we've got an absolutely huge screen, 1.56-inch AMOLED display. Now, when we talk about brightness, we have to understand that both just offer 5 brightness levels. There is no auto brightness here because there's no ambient light sensor. But then what do we expect with the Xiaomi Mi Band 6 costing about 40 bucks or 40 pounds, while the Samsung Galaxy Fit 2 is priced at $49 or 49 pounds. So we can say that roundaboutish, the two trackers cost just under 50 bucks or 50 pounds. So they're both very budget. Now, so we've talked about the display, let's talk about the design. In regards to the design, well, you can pop out both of these trackers, so they pop out of their straps. And they're very small, they're very light, both weigh under 15 grams with the straps on. So we've touched upon the design, let's talk about the features and functions. If we're going to be talking about the superior or the advanced features, there's quite a lot to talk about when we talk about the Samsung Galaxy Fit 2 and the Mi Band 6. I'm not going to be touching on the core functionality like your timer, your stopwatch, or your weather widgets. Let's talk about the good stuff. So, what do both have? And then we'll cover off the gaps. So, both of them have continuous heart rate monitoring. Both of them are also waterproof up to 50 meters. So you can take them to the pool, you can take them to the shower. So don't worry about having some sweat on them, they'll be fine. Then of course, both also offer stress monitoring. Both have guided breathing apps. Both can actually monitor 3 sleep stages, so your light, your deep, and REM sleep. So in terms of that stuff, that's all great. What about sport modes? Because at the end of the day, why do we need a fitness tracker? Well, to either improve our lifestyle and improve our fitness, or at least keep it at the same level. Well, with the Samsung, you can actually download up to 10 sport modes onto the face of your tracker. With the Mi Band 6, you get 30 preset sport modes. Now you can't expand that any further, but 30, that's quite a bit. I don't think you need to expand that. It's actually very important now to differentiate between the two sport modes on these two trackers. So with the Mi Band 6, everything is very advanced. Not only do you have the option to actually set pace alerts or set heart rate ranges in which you want to work at, you also have auto pause. You can also do goal-based activities. Let's say you're going for a run. Well, you can actually set a duration for which you're running, let's say 45 minutes, and the watch will vibrate to notify you that you've done your time. You can also set the calorie consumption and of course the distance that you want to cover. Now with Samsung, you can't do any of that. You choose a sport mode and you press start or go. That's it. There is no goal-based activities, there's no pace alerts, there's no heart rate ranges. It's very simplistic. Now, since we started talking about gaps, so the Fit 2 gives you a reminder to wash your hands. Now that's quite useful. There's also a hydration monitor. So basically every time you glass of water, you can tap on your watch and register that you've drunk your water. Now that is handy, it's a bit manual, but it's there. I would think that the wash hands monitor as well as the hydration monitor is a bit of a gimmick. While on the Mi Band 6, we've got two widgets which are extremely cool and one which is sort of gimmickish. Let's start with the gimmick. So that's the world clock. Now the world clock is quite useful if you are an avid traveler, because really you've got quite a lot of time zones right there on your wrist. Now if we talk about the two very useful apps on the Mi Band 6, one of them is Pi, so your personal activity index, and that is a great value because it's a single value that tells you everything you need to know in shorthand about your cardiovascular health. And the rule of thumb is, as long as you keep that value above 100 points, you're 25% less prone to getting heart disease. Basically, it looks at how intense your particular activity has been over the last day, as well as some previous days. It also looks at the number of steps you've taken and incorporates your sleep quality. Another very useful widget on the Mi Band 6 is the SpO2 monitor. So you can take spot readings of your blood oxygen saturation. So now that we've talked about these two trackers in quite a lot of detail, we know what these two competitors can do. Let's get into the numbers and see how well these two trackers actually acted during the heart rate accuracy test. Now, as per usual, the benchmark for the heart rate accuracy was the Polar H10 ECG chest strap. Now, we know that it's a great product. It's actually being used by professional athletes as well as for scientific studies. So we can definitely trust the Polar H10. Now, the heart rate accuracy test was actually done in the gym. So for the first half of the time, I was on the treadmill. As soon as I got off the treadmill, I went to the weights section. And between the sets of the workouts with the weights, I would be doing core exercises such as lunges, squats, as well as ab exercises. Let's start off with the Mi Band 6 heart rate plot on top of the Polar H10 ECG chest strap heart rate plot. And straight away, let's have a look at what the Polar H10 has actually registered. So it has recorded that the average heart rate was 145 beats per minute, while the max was 169 beats per minute. If we look at the plot of the Mi Band 6 over the plot of the Polar H10, that we can see that the tracing was in general quite good. It followed through. There are a couple of gaps in the second half of the plot, but nonetheless, the numbers speak for themselves. The average heart rate as measured by the Mi Band 6 optical heart rate sensor is 145 beats per minute, while the max is 169 beats per minute, meaning that over the half an hour duration of different exercises, in a holistic view, there is no variance. It's the same average as well as the same max. That is absolutely astounding. I've mentioned this earlier in regards to Samsung Galaxy Fit 2. The app just doesn't do it justice because it really smooths down the peaks and the troughs that you would like to see on your heart rate plot. Everything just seems too smooth. But nonetheless, even though it's smooth and not as sharp as the tracing that you would see on the Mi Band 6, the numbers also speak for themselves. The heart rate average was recorded at 144 beats per minute, while the max was recorded at 170 beats per minute. Just think about that. That's a variance of about 0.5%, only 0.5% on the underestimation of the average and 0.5% overestimation for the max. That is also very sharp. So in summary, we can see that these two fitness trackers are very accurate in terms of heart rate accuracy. The optical heart rate sensors on the back of these trackers are sharp, and they actually do show you similar results to a professional grade chest strap. Thanks for watching this comparison and test. If you did find it useful, then please drop us a like, and if you want to see more of the same, you know what to do. Please click the red subscribe button below the video, and I'll see you in the next one.